Hello, hello, hello. We are live in the Joyfully group. All right, the challenge is set for shorter lives. Let's go. So, the title of this one is to do an RCO inventory. What the hell are RCOs? They are your responsibilities, your commitments, and your obligations. We've all got them. The key is are we using our RCOs as excuses or reasons, very valid, to not be living the life that we want or not to be feeling good now? Okay, often we use our beautifully created responsibilities, commitments, and obligations to hold off or future project staying away from the things that we actually want that will actually create a more rich and fulfilling life for ourselves, to be happy now. Okay. Now, this takes a little bit of what I call a difficult pill to swallow, is to actually view this through a reality check lens and not just go, but I have to, I should, I must do these things, I have to do these things. Okay, so spending some time right now, pen and paper, if you please, writing down all your responsibilities, your obligations and commitments, all of them. Okay, if you need to, do it from a day-to-day perspective. Okay, so pull out Monday. What are all the responsibilities, the obligations, the commitments that I had on Monday? Today's Tuesday, doing the same. On the weekends, often our responsibilities, commitments, and obligations change. Okay, so what are all your RCOs? Okay, the intention behind this, the purpose of doing this, is actually checking and going, which of these shoulds, must, have tos can I eliminate? Can I get rid of? Ensuring that the time that we spend doing things is actually in alignment and are actually things that we're benefiting from ultimately. Okay, so the goal is effectively to create space for things that are more beneficial to us, actually feeling good, feeling more energized, feeling more alive each day, and that these are actually beneficial to, first of all, ourselves, okay, and also our dreams, the things that we do want to create in the future. Sometimes we do have to have a little bit of pain right now to reap the rewards in the future. However, what we don't want to be doing is actually permanently delaying our ability to feel good now, purely through dragging ourselves through the mud, and not actually checking in and actually going, is this beneficial to me? Okay. So once you have done your RCO inventory, a big long list of all the things that we do, actually checking it against what's important to us. Okay, the things that I value, okay, the things that actually make me feel good ultimately. Okay, now each of us is so unique, so it's going to be different for each of us what is important, okay, what I value, okay, versus someone else. Okay, when we know what our values are, when we know what's important to us, then decision making, aka what goes on my RCO list and what comes off it, actually becomes very easy. Okay, probably one of the most important early steps that I did, 2009 I think was the first time I really sat down and went, right, what's important to me? Yeah, I came up with a list, and all of a sudden there was so many things that could come off my RCOs that just freed up freedom. Okay, and then I was able to actually put new RCOs that were actually energizing me, making me feel good sooner instead of delaying it. Yeah, we're very much in a cultural paradigm where we put off feeling good now, bit of short-term pain for long-term gain. However, if we're constantly on that treadmill, then before we know it, we're on our deathbed and we never actually got that feel-good time. Okay, right now. So as I said, often we use our RCOs as an excuse to actually not be living the life that we want and to not be feeling good now. Okay, so this is a very important inventory check to be doing. Okay, so identifying our responsibilities, commitments, and obligations, your should, your must, your have to do's. If you feel yourself saying, I should do this, I have to do this, I must do this, that's a nice little red flag indicator that you're dealing with an RCO that needs to go on the list. Okay, and acknowledging, you think about the energy behind those words, quite disempowering. It's like, I don't have a choice, I have to do this thing. Okay, see if you can flick it. Okay, if you've got your inventory list, going through and actually going, I choose to do this versus I have to do this, I must do this, I should do this. I choose to do this. Okay, instantly power's back in my pocket and not coming from external forces. That's an instant feel good move immediately. Okay. So examining what we do every day, identifying all our RCOs, feel into the why. What does doing that thing give me? Okay, if I'm doing exercise every day, what doing that thing is doing is actually creating better health for myself. Okay, that feels good, acknowledging that. Okay, if doing the dishes and tidying up the kitchen goes towards living in a clean, more open environment, and perhaps it also goes towards serving the relationship and the other people who you value in your life that you cohabitate with. So everything that we do, there's a reason for it. Actually acknowledging what that reason is. Okay, and again, shifting it to being a choice, because that reason ultimately is important to you in some way, shape, or form. Okay, there might be, with this review and feeling into the why and what the purpose is of us doing the things that we do, that we actually find that, hang on, there's things that I'm doing here, that don't feel good at all, that are actually going towards, or a purpose, something that's actually not that important to me or not in alignment for me at this time. Okay, maybe we're doing it for others. Okay, and maybe those others maybe don't even appreciate the thing that you're doing, that you're putting time and energy into. Okay. The other thing is too, is just to feel into it. Once you know the purpose that we're doing something for, does it now feel good? Does it feel in alignment? Is there a propulsion? Is there a motivation of self that actually it's not that I have to talk myself into, it's just something that I'm, inclined to do because it's in alignment. So therefore there's no force, no pressure, no having to drag yourself to do that thing. So yeah, how good does it feel? Does it benefit me? Okay, or is it solely at the benefit of others? Okay, that can be a tough one when we start to find those in our list. Okay, ultimately, does it give me energy, or is it taking away energy? Okay, if we're finding that the majority of our things on our RCO list are things that actually take away energy and not giving us energy, we might want to reconsider. Can I delegate that out? Can I give it to someone else to do? Is it something that can just be dropped altogether and just, simply given the explanation of, you know what, I've given enough to this and now I need to choose to prioritize other things which are more valuable, that are more taking me on a path to a more rich and fulfilling life for myself. Is it personally satisfying? Okay. Ultimately, it's doing a bit of cost benefit analysis. It's like, is this worth it? Okay, if I know what's important to me, if I know what my values are, if I have a clear understanding of what sort of life I want to create for myself, if this is taking energy away from me, if this is not helping me on that path, is it worth it? Not always an easy one, okay, but ultimately, if there's things that we can drop, we can then open up space, first of all, for just personal quiet and introspection time, or we can allocate those resources to things that are more beneficial, that are in more alignment for ourselves. So if the cost benefit analysis isn't worth it, can you let it go? Can you give it up? And ultimately, by dropping that and leaving it and letting it go, what am I opening up? What awesomeness can now drop in and take the space that we've created for ourselves? All right, not quite 10 minutes, we're just under 12, but thank you for listening. I hope that's useful. Let me know if you find any things that you now might consider dropping off your RCO inventory. Thank you very much.